long time no see. Kind of making this video to kind of explain some things as to why there's been new content when I said there would be new content, other than a predictions video for WrestleMania and a review of WrestleMania. I've been kind of working some things in the background. I will kind of explain this right now. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know that I'm no longer with Fullscreen. Big surprise. You saw the thumbnail anyway, you probably know. Just kind of want to explain why I left Fullscreen. My contract was up, and I chose not to renew because even though they're one of the middle ground multi-channel networks as far as payouts go, where they take 30% as opposed to, like a 50-50 split, or they take more. To me personally, I just, as far as a smaller channel, being part of an MCN doesn't really help me all that much. I mean, in some respects, Fullscreen did help out a lot with providing tools for getting backgrounds. I had a lot of After Effects tutorials and programs at my disposal, royalty-free music. I didn't really like their uploader because why would I use that when YouTube uploader is just perfectly fine? It really doesn't make any difference. A lot of reasons too is that they kind of didn't want to focus on the smaller YouTuber. I think they got a little bit too big for their britches when they bought Screw Attack, they bought Rooster Teeth, and then started putting focus on everything else there. Whereas the smaller YouTuber, the smaller channel, really couldn't get all that much exposure on there. So I know now that's the case with any company. I mean, you look at people like Twitch, who will push their partners and their people with the sub buttons to the moon. They will do nothing for the little guy. As soon as a YouTuber decides that he wants to stream, they'll just just throw money at him. They don't do that for the smaller guy. So I already know that much. It's just that I just didn't really agree with all the stuff that they were doing. I mean, Godspeed all the people at Rooster Teeth and Screw Attack and Funhouse and, everyone under that banner. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Being bought out by this, giant conglomerate of multi-channel network. So what does that leave for the future of this channel? Well, I have been shopping around the idea of going with a different MCN. I have applied for Screenwave Media. We'll see how that goes. I have not heard back from anybody, but then again, they've been at PAX East, and I think they're going to Retropalooza this weekend in Texas, so who knows. I've been trying to reach out to them to see how the process goes and whether I will hear a rejection or an approval and how long that time frame is. It doesn't say anywhere on their site. My buddy Quasi Dog, who's currently with Curse, sent me a link there, and he's like, okay, here's your policies they have to follow. Do you have to have a certain amount of numbers, yada yada yada. But every time I go there, it's just an application site or it's a site for a game application to party up and Skype and with a couple of with League of Legends and stuff like that. I'm like, where's my form to apply? I don't know. I've been considering TGN as another MCN. Ones I will not apply for, just due to their practices and their shadiness, has been Machinima. Will not apply to them, and Maker, because of the whole getting bought out by Disney and then shutting down Blip and putting so many people's new livelihood in this new media in jeopardy. So not going to go with them. I would like Screenwave because they do have a really good embedded video player for sites. I mean, if you watch people like Super Best Friends on their site, Team 4-Star, Channel Awesome, they use Screenwave Media for when and the inevitability when YouTube fails them and either gives them copyright strikes, third-party claims, content IDs, and blocks videos in certain countries. At least this video player allows you to watch it on their site. So when stuff like that happens, you can still go to their site to enjoy their content. So really hoping on that. I'm also working on other projects. I'm actually getting back into cosplay. So if you guys have been following me on Twitter, you know that I'm working on a costume for the next month. Hopefully they get it debuted by next convention I'm going to. So this is going to be another change for the channel. I want this to be a little bit more personal. This is why I'm doing this vlog right now, to tell you guys that there will still be gaming content. There still will be, discussions of wrestling and all that, but I'm trying to focus on a lot of other stuff right now. The other thing, too, as to why there hasn't been a whole lot of content is because of my job situation. So, as you guys know, back in September, within the company I work for, I transferred from the call center portion of our company to the retail portion. And now, when I was in the call center portion, if it was a slow day, I could go home. Whereas the retail location, if it's a slow day, you still stay. And I'm okay with that because, I'm there, I'm making money, and, I'm with my other chucklehead co-workers there. We're having a good time, so it makes the day go a lot quicker. But back when I was at the call center, I could get the time off, I could go home, like when it was dead, and then I could work on videos. But then I come to realize that, and this is another reason why I'm no longer with Fullscreen, is that it's more for people that actually want to try to pursue this as a career. And with my numbers right now, this is just a hobby to me. Like, I don't expect ever to make enough money off of YouTube and off of AdSense and all that so that I can, live comfortably just doing this. I do need that full-time job to support myself, my wife, and, eventually a family. So that's another reason why I won't be doing that. I'm just going to try and make it on my own. Try to skirt the curtain, the line of content ID and copyright infringement and all that other stuff. But with the help of Fullscreen, I've kind of learned to go along those lines anyway. But it's going to be a little bit harder because monetization when you're on your own can go up for review, and then they can't approve it because you have to say that this content is yours. A lot of it has to do with visuals if you're doing Let's Plays, so it's a whole lot to kind of take in. But that's kind of my story with I'm no longer with Fullscreen. Would I recommend them? I'm like, if you're big enough and they actually want to work with you, sure, go for it. If you just, want to lessen the headache of, approving monetization on YouTube and you just want them to auto-monetize all your videos, yeah, go ahead. Don't expect, though, for them, if you have a low sub count or a low viewer base, to just suddenly, push you to the moon. That's not going to happen. It still has to be, all on you, your hard work, your dedication, your fan base. And I think that's what a lot of people kind of look past when they're applying for things like this. They decide, it's like this, I'm just going to go full force on this, and they start spending the money on the equipment. But then when the viewership doesn't show up, that's when they kind of, push back. That's kind of what I'm doing here a little bit, is that I have spent a lot of money on this. Well, there's another piece of equipment I'll be getting soon. That's for personal reasons. That could help the channel too, but I don't ever anticipate that I'm going to be, the next JonTron or Peanut Butter Gamer or Nostalgia Critic. I've let those expectations go completely out the window. I'm just doing this for fun. Because it is fun at the end of the day. You have to make sure that this is fun. If it's not fun, why are you doing it? I mean, if your sole mentality is on money, you're not going to be happy. You got to do it for fun. So, that's my Fullscreen story. Thanks for the help that you did provide in some certain situations. I have to say, though, there's one thing I've always seen on the internet between Fullscreen. So there was a lot of negativity as far as the contract situation goes and how to get out of that. Let me explain my process for canceling my terms, my termination of my contract with Fullscreen. I checked their website for all information. There was nothing on there in the login database. For my profile, there was nothing there that said terminate contract or, cancel account. So I went to Twitter. I said, I'm interested in canceling my contract. How do I go about that? They responded right away, gave me an email and said, contact this email. And the first email I sent screwed up. I didn't put my YouTube link. I replied again, put my YouTube link. I got an instant response that says, I just need you to re-verify your link. I re-verified it and it said, okay, it will be released within the next week. I was expecting this to be a lengthy process. I had it done within a day. So there's some positive for you guys. So you don't have to go through all these hoops. As long as you go through the correct channels and you do everything like that, and you're within your rights to terminate your contract, it's easy as pie. As long as you know the right people to communicate with. I kind of wish that was on there, but then again, company like Fullscreen doesn't want to actively show how to terminate a contract. The kind like anyone, you want to keep everyone in, right? You don't want people to go off and go somewhere else. But that's my story. So buy Fullscreen and buy the ill-fated ScrewAttack network, whenever that was the thing. I know there's some people that still use that intro buffer and the outro buffer. I mean, it's still going to exist on some of my videos, but keep in mind that going forward, for the first few months there was a ScrewAttack network. There really isn't. ScrewAttack themselves didn't really do anything with Fullscreen partnership. The only thing they did was they gave me a copy of AVGN Adventures 1 and Disorder. That's it. I could have gone free to SGC, but I couldn't afford the $1,200 plane ticket from here to Austin, Texas. Dallas, Texas. Austin's another $100. I just found out. That's why I'm not going to SGC this year. Anyways, this is the point of the vlog where I'm rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing. I am going to try to get some type of Let's Play going in the next week, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you soon.